there's a tremendous amount of pressure on the penis. I used to have penis envy. I'm very glad I don't have one now. Hey, I know that you saw in porn, like jackhammering was what got the girl off and made her squirt. That's not working for me. Like dirty talk is more like, slut, choke on that shit. You know, like this, that. Or into
I'll be liking that.
BDSM, light
You like when there's
power play.
beauty slut choke on this shit?
I'm not gonna say exactly what she.
I'm crying. But yeah.
I ain't say that what you said. Just somewhere in between the last 30 seconds of what she said, I liked it. If a man say that to a woman, I'm like, oh, hold on, he on some weird shit.
Some shit that you probably not into, but you're
like,
thinking
hey,
like
baby, like, yes, you're turning me on, so you can do whatever to me.
Well, not with that tone, Paul.
Yeah,
what
like
I'm
that.
saying, saying, like, you talk about that prostate boy, that's an exit sign for me.
What about the gooch?
No, I don't know what that is.
That's the strip that's between the anus and the balls.
We can work with that. we can work with that.
I'm crying. Okay, so what is this? Cock and ball ring.
Oh, yeah.
You've used this before?
No, I ain't never used it, but I know about it.
Oh, okay, stop.
Get that little speaker, boy. This is to taking over the game. All right, everybody. Welcome to Truth After Dark.
Do you think that men or women are more toxic? Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to another episode of The Truth After Dark. I am your host, Azar Farideh, and of course we have Paul Pierce tonight.
What's up? We are excited tonight.
Excited. So tonight we've got a true powerhouse in the building. She's a sex and relationship therapist, an author, and the creator behind the hit Masterclass, The Art of Sex Appeal. She's helped people all over the world unlock confidence and connection. I'm hoping she can help me with something tonight. Give it up for Shan Boodram.
You killed it.
Oh,
Crush the name, but I have to correct, I'm not a therapist.
You're
so
not.
I'm an ASEX certified sex educator.
Okay,
so I teach, but I don't do
educator.
one-to-one work.
Okay, so what's the difference between an educator and a therapist? Therapist is just one-on-one.
I think therapy assumes a responsibility to do no harm, and to be responsible for the well-being of the people that you look after. I don't have that responsibility. I don't think I could take that responsibility. My job is to teach about things I'm excited about, share information that I think is fascinating, maybe be a bridge to some of the work that therapists do to, and my work is generally not one-to-one, it's one-to-many.
Yeah,
Okay, I
like
love that.
Yeah.
That's dope. I love that. So you brought a box of goodies today, and I'm super excited and thirsty to see what's in the box. I know you said it's some sex toys.
Yes.
So I would love for you to share with us. One of the questions I have today is actually, I know a lot of women, that struggle with reaching an orgasm. Obviously, I'm sure you know that. And it's not like you're not enjoying it, because you are, but you just don't get there, whether it's a mental thing or a physical thing.
Before we go any further, and we've talked about this before, about women not having orgasm. Is it because, like, you burnt out? Or what is it like about the orgasm? Like you had too many before? That it's over?
No.
If that's how it worked, then most men would be tapped out by age 17.
Damn.
Most men have shared with me that they wish they could have called Child Protective Services on themselves because they masturbated so much in their teens. So if there was a cap on the amount of orgasms, don't raise your eyebrows.
Yeah. No,
you
I
were
like
once
that. No, that
14 years old.
Yeah,
you know,
100%. I was low.
The skin could be chafing and falling off, and you still have to keep going. So no, there's no max on that.
It's actually, for me, when I was young, I never reached an orgasm. Like from when I was young.
Even when you first started?
Yeah. even when I first started, it was way harder because I didn't know my body and I didn't know that the clit is what makes me come. I didn't know anything about my own body as a young girl. So it took me to like something rubbed against the vagina, the clit vibration, and I came and I was like, whoa, what is that?
One more question before we move further. I'm sorry for the interruption because me as an interested man and hearing this topic, can you teach a man how to make you orgasm?
Yeah, I think so, yes.
You can teach him, like you can give him the boom, boom, boom. If you do this, but so why women don't give the information to the man? You just keep going and y'all have sex 1,000 times, but why don't you say, hey, babe, I think this is going to make it go?
I feel like
you know what I'm
Azar
saying?
answered the question off the top, but very quick biology lesson. Everyone develops first as female. So when Trump said that sex is determined by your sex at conception, everybody develops as female first. So that's an inaccurate statement. So in essence, what happens at week 12 when you're in utero, all that happens is this, everybody has a clitoris to start. And if you're XY chromosome, it comes out and it becomes a penis. If you're XX, it stays like this. So the clitoris and the penis are actually the analogous body part. Most people think it's clitoris and vagina. So what's actually more, let's say, analogous, which I mean by that is like the comparison to the vagina, is the prostate. So like a G-spot orgasm is more similar to a prostate orgasm. Many men.
Hold on, we moving fast, right?
We're moving fast, but I'm just saying, if most men.
So you talk about the.
Yeah, well, I'm just, in terms of sensation,
That's crazy.
Well,
the
they say
percentage of
that.
men who can orgasm from prostate stimulation alone is probably similar to the percentage of women who can orgasm from vaginal penetration alone. Most people require what's known as clitoral plus. Even people who can orgasm from the prostate actually require prostate plus penis. So if we just reframe our understanding of sexual pleasure to the clitoris is the primary function of sexual pleasure for people with vulvas, and the penis is the men's primary function, that in itself, we would reduce the amount of orgasms that women are not have by like 60%. So fascinatingly enough, when I first started in this space 20 years ago, the orgasm gap was 3-to-1, which meant for every 3 orgasms a straight man was having, a straight woman was having 1. And at that time, the big like mystery of the early 2000s was like, where is the clitoris? Like, how do you find this thing? And now we're all like, it's right there, Jim.
Yeah.
It's literally right there.
In your face.
So now that we have more clitoracy, the orgasm gap has actually been reduced to 2-to-1. So if we keep spreading the word, then we'll get to that space of 1-to-1.
I think Paul had a good point, and I want to just expand on that. He said, like, why don't more women teach men, like, hey, this is how you can make me come? I think, too, it's just like with women, a lot of women are taught to be performative during sex for a man. So it's like, I'm pleasing you. I want to make sure you come. I want to make sure you're good. And it's kind of awkward to be like, hey, take care of me. This is what it feels like you're more in a masculine space, even though it doesn't have to be. And I know that, but I think for a lot of women, it doesn't feel like I'm in my femininity when I'm having to show you, even though I think it's an amazing thing and we should do that as women. But you believe that because you're like what you stated earlier is like as a younger person, you were burnt out, so now you can't come. Actually, you know your body more as you get older and you have a more likelihood to come now that I'm older because I know who I am more. Definitely wasn't coming as a young person because I didn't know nothing.
I was.
Good for you.
But I also just did that by trial and error. I think
Yeah.
Paul's point links with this point I was making in that because our perception of sex is penis and vagina, and that's what's mostly shown in porn, that's what's mostly educated, and there's a tremendous amount of pressure on the penis. I used to have penis envy. I'm very glad I don't have one now. Penises are expected to last for 4 hours, give multiple orgasms, put out fires, save the world, and there's no sex education for men. There's no encouragement for men to learn. There's this inherent belief that a man's just supposed to know. And so a man who doesn't know feels deep shame. And so his partner kind of wants to carry that on and doesn't want to inform him like, hey, I know that you saw in porn, like jackhammering was what got the girl off and made her squirt. That's not working for me. And she also doesn't want to admit that because she might be afraid that her body is broken. She may never have gotten the permission before
Wait, what's
to say.
jackhammering?
Pounding.
Oh, okay.
Like no woman just wants pounding out. Maybe some, but not a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, beating it up, like all of those sort of like analogies that we use for good sex.
But that's what we hear in the raps.
Right.
And on the porn. A lot of men learn how to have sex through porn. And it's like, that don't feel good. Like, that hurts.
It just probably make a man feel more of a man.
Yeah, and don't get me
it.
wrong, 1/3
That's
of women can orgasm from penetration alone. Now, majority of that third are going to do so while being on top. And although it feels like a penetration-only orgasm, it's actually still clitoral plus, because their clitoris falls under something called rule of thumb, in which your clitoris is actually less than this distance away from your vaginal opening. So much so that you get enough friction from leaning forward to get outer clitoral stimulation while you're getting the internal legs of your clitoris stimulated. So there are a percentage of women out there who can orgasm penetration alone, but 2/3 of women will never. That doesn't mean that they won't still enjoy penetration along with outer clitoral, or just enjoy penetration by itself. A lot of people's best sex isn't linked with their best orgasm.
That's a real thing, because I've never came just off of sex, right? And I feel like partners could be like, damn, that's like, are you not enjoying it? But it's like, no, I enjoy this. This is so good. Like, I'm loving it, but I just don't come off of just penetration, you know? Like, I never have been able to do that.
Yeah. So I'm getting a good little education here.
It's helpful. It's a
like
helpful
that,
reframe to be like, oh,
like
okay,
it.
cool. Because then now, to your point, why don't people teach men
But
this?
why don't women just say like for me to listen to like Azar and like many women say I don't have orgasms in sex, then why aren't you explaining to the guy what he has to do? And I know it kind of sounds like weird and crazy, and it's like for you to be trying to break it down for a man, because you assume he should probably already know. But I just feel like when you intimate with your partner, y'all can have these type of conversations like, babe, I really like when you do this. This is really turning me on.
Yeah.
Like, but women just gonna look at you from afar and be like, oh, he ain't got it.
I don't think it's
you
a
know,
he
like-
hasn't got it though thing, because I
Well,
never
why don't you
looked at
show
a
me
man.
how to got it, because
Yeah.
when I was with her, she got it. When I was
Yeah.
with she
No,
got it.
I
But now
for
with
sure.
you, it's different. So why don't you tell me?
But I don't think
know
that
what I'm
it's an
saying?
assumption that every man should know. Like, I don't look at
And
it
I don't
like,
think that she always got it from the past.
yeah, exactly. I don't think that it's necessarily like every man should know this. I think every partner is different. Even when you're with a man, men like different things. So it's about learning your specific partner. Yeah. So it's not necessarily me like observing a man and being like, he don't know what he's doing. I kind of internalize it as a me issue. Like, I have a problem. This has nothing to do with him. I look at it as my problem, you know?
Right, until you get the stats that say like, oh, what I actually experience is more of what the norm is. And I just require something separate from what that person wants. And don't get me wrong, I think the fantasy is amazing. I would love it if my husband orgasmed off of giving me oral. That would be so convenient, right? So which some people can, don't get me wrong. A think off is a real thing. You can orgasm in your sleep, which means you can orgasm any capacity. I haven't gotten there yet, but those are real. But that to be said, like for men, I agree. In a dream world, it would be amazing if exactly what you like to do is exactly what your partner needs to get off within the amount of time you can last, right? Like that's the actually hidden agenda too, because if you do have a partner who requires penetration or to orgasm, that's also a lot of pressure on you to be able to sustain an erection for long enough. And as we know, the average man can sustain an erection through penetration from anywhere to 3 to 12 minutes. And if a woman is going to orgasm penetration alone, she's likely going to need somewhere between 20 to 25 to 40 minutes. So even then, it's not necessarily the best fit of like lock and key either. So if we stop waiting, I was on the Nick Cannon podcast and he was just saying like every partner I've ever had, we always orgasm at the exact same time. And every partner...
What? That's insane.
It brings up questions for me.
Is he being honest?
Are they being honest? It brings up questions. No one's there in the bedroom other than these two individuals. But I just mean, in order to fulfill the societal narrative of what sex is supposed to be, there is a lot of biological truths that just don't align for that. Like I said, even if we are your penis in someone else's vagina, and they need that to get off, and you need that to get off, then we have to talk about timing now of that lining up. Like there's a lot of different variables at play here.
So what would you suggest for a woman? Like, what are the positions that a man, like, if you know you just can't have penetration, then what do you do, like, to speed that up? Like, is it like playing with the clit at the same time? You know, like what are your suggestions here?
1000%.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You got two hands. You can
Yeah.
have one down here at 6 o'clock, one up here at 3 o'clock, right?
Yeah.
Like you can have your partner also using their thumbs in different positions. My favorite position is to be like on my back in happy baby pose. You know, when you got, it's usually how most women self-pleasure, when you're like on your back and your legs are up.
Yeah.
And my partner's in a T. That way I can DJ myself and they're not going
Wait. He's in a T.
like, so he's like this way. So his head is that way coming across my body.
Okay.
So that way his body's
Different
not
angle.
interfering
Different
with
angle.
what I need to do.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Whereas if you're in a
Okay.
missionary position, it's difficult to get the consistent rhythm that you need for yourself. Or
From the back.
even from the back, that could work for you depending on like if that's the kind of, most people aren't like accustomed to orgasming. Think about how you self-pleasure.
Yeah.
You're just trying to reproduce that position and then add a penis in there. I feel like
Okay.
that's the best position. Or I think every woman should try on top. If it works for you, then
Yeah.
great. That becomes your go-to. And if it doesn't, it might mean that your clitoris is just more higher up than some people's.
The grinding with being on top, sometimes it's like, I feel like, is the man enjoying that though?
Probably not.
Yeah.
It's not. It's a different sensation.
Yeah.
And again, that's the point.
That's the thing. Yeah.
Finding that lineup.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, probably not.
Yeah.
Because he just prefers a bounce.
Exactly.
And you require a scoot.
This. So sometimes I get like, okay, wait, let me, you know.
But it's better for them because at least they can last. Because if you were bouncing and that's what you needed to get off, they probably couldn't sustain the erection for enough time for you to get off. So the fact that you require different things is beneficial as long as you're on the same page. Going back to Paul's point, like that's where communication really makes a big difference. Of like, hey, this is how I get off. So you might see me doing something and in your mind, because if you don't communicate, your partner's like, they're wasting their time. Like, I'm not enjoying this. Who is this for? And if you don't say, no, it's for me, then it becomes an awkward sex session. But if they know that's what you need to get off, then they actually become an enthusiastic participant, like laying there and while you're scooting, even if they're not feeling much, they can start pumping you up. Like, oh, you're so sexy. Like, get that. Go back and forth. I love when you do that. You're so hot right now. You're a goddess.
That's what get it right there.
That is what gets it.
All right, so look, before you go further, I was just about to say something because I'll be like, so y'all talking for the women, I'm gonna talk for the men. Y'all talking like, all right, sometimes that the D ain't good enough. It has to be a multiple things that has to go on for y'all to get to.
Well, why did you interpret as not good enough?
Yeah, that was crazy.
Well, you said
No, the D is great. And I said that. I said,
no
but
for
to
you
come,
to get to your maximum.
most women can't come just off of penetration.
All right, so this, and I'm gonna say this for men, we the same.
Yeah.
I think we the same too. I think that just because we having sex, it ain't just because the vagina is doing what it's doing. I think more men get there based on the reaction of the girl.
I can see that.
I think because like it don't matter what it feel like if you just sitting there, he ain't excited about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like if you gassed, he gassed. He over here like, oh, this is about to go quick.
Yeah.
Like if you like that, daddy, oh God, you can do that the first 30 seconds. He going. You know what I'm saying? It don't even matter what it feel like. But your reaction to a dude, regardless of what it feel like.
Well, you just answered your original question as to why women don't speak up. Because
Exactly.
they're like,
But for the-
I'm not enjoying it, but if I tell him I'm not enjoying it or I don't act like I'm enjoying it, then he won't enjoy it. Now nobody's enjoying themselves. So at least let me fake it so they can
the
have a
gas
good
up.
time.
So
Put
if
the
I'm
gas
telling
up.
you, if you a woman, get the gas up. You can have it
No,
in 30
Paul,
seconds.
be honest. That was the original message that you had. It was very beautiful. Be honest about your pleasure and what
Exactly.
works for you.
Right.
Talk about it. If it's not going well, say something so that you can actually give genuine reactions.
I feel like you should be able to have a conversation. Like I feel like you could just look your partner in the eye, but it's on men too. Like me saying that like women tell your man, but the man got to be like, what you like? You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, what you like, baby? Because like a man can feel it. You know what I'm saying? When you with somebody, you can feel the reaction. You know what I'm saying? So you could just be like, damn, baby, you know, what you like? I feel like it's been the same for a minute. Like, what you like? And I feel like men are scared to ask that. Men is like too prideful or something like, nah, level up. This your girl, right? Y'all should be able to talk about whatever. Like, what you like, baby? You know what I'm saying? Man, tell me the hard truths, because I'm willing to make it better.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, I like this, I like that. Tell me what's up. Tell me what's up, because if we together, tell me what's up. All right, I'm gonna get on that then.
What about? Do you feel like men? Because I've heard.
I'm gonna give a small round of applause for that. That was a really good speech.
Yeah,
and
it actually was.
That was really lovely.
What I just said?
Yeah.
Tell me the hard truths because I'm willing to make it better is a line that could save tons of relationships
I think
from
more men need to
mediocre,
do that.
undesirable sex.
But I think it has to be both ways too. But like you can't just be sitting there and we didn't have as my girl, as my significant other. You can't just be sitting there faking orgasms and not have an orgasm in last 10 times and not tell. I feel like if it's something, you can go up to him too, and he can come up to you. Like it go both ways. You know what I'm saying? But as a man too, you should be like, man, what you? Even if you think she doing it, but like, what you really like, so I can focus on that more. Because we assuming we gonna get into our 1-2, thinking you like this, slap up, flip you around, smack the eye, put hands behind your back, you know what I'm saying? Thinking you like that. Like it's important to us, like what you like. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You might not like what I'm doing. I might, So, as a woman too, y'all just sometimes go with the flow and don't say nothing. And the man too.
Yeah, I can get that.
So I think the communication got to be better in that aspect. You know what I'm saying? You
I
can't
get
just
that.
go with the flow and all of this. For it to last long, I think you got to have like constant, like,
What is it called? It's a word for it when like someone, like a woman likes to be called like, you're a good girl.
the word,
Is that
like,
a-
you're a good girl. What you mean?
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Like how like, you're like, good girl.
Yeah.
You're doing a good job. A praise kink.
Well, it would be more like domination a little bit. It's more of a power play thing because it could be infantilization because it's a little bit of like
Yeah.
that daddy-daughter language,
Yeah.
which is not necessarily having to do with parental care, but just like the idea of a patriarchal male and then like a recipient. So I think it's kind of like there's probably a specific word for that, but praise kink is more like
What is that?
like, oh my gosh, like your pussy is heaven. I've never experienced someone like you before. I'm so grateful to be with you. You are God. You are loved. I worship you. Like dirty talk is more like, yeah, slut, choke on that shit, like this, that. And then I think that what you're talking about kind of leans more into
I be liking that.
BDSM, like
You like when
power
there's
play.
beauty slut choke on this shit?
I don't know which one, somewhere in what she was talking about. I'm not going to say exactly what she...
I'm crying. But yeah.
I
okay.
ain't say that, what you said. Just somewhere in between the last 30 seconds of what she said, I liked it that.
Okay, that's hilarious. Okay, so I get what you're saying. So what I was gonna say is, have you? Because I know you have the sex toys, and I want to get into it, but I also want to ask this question because I've heard women say before that men, and I don't know how true this is because I haven't had the experience, but men will feel intimidated, like, oh, I'm not good enough. You need a sex toy, like to involve a sex toy during sex, like. Why are you involving that? Like, I'm not good enough for you. I can't do it, etc. Have you heard that?
Of course.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's
I've
a
heard-
very common narrative. Again, like I empathize with the position that men are in where they are only taught that their penis is going to solve all of the world issues and all their relationship problems. And they're not taught about the clitoris. They're not taught about other erogenous zones. They're not even taught about emotional intimacy and the things that many women require in order to feel safe to be sexual. And they are given like a very specific script. And then when they try to apply that and it doesn't work, their partner again can get to a place where they're like, well, look, they seem very like gung-ho on this way of doing things.
Yeah.
It's not working for me. I don't even know how we can even get on track to what I like. So let me just pretend I like what they like because at least someone's getting enjoyment out of this. And compersion is a very real thing. And that's joy for someone else's joy. Like what you said, like, you make a meal for somebody and you don't even have to like it, but just seeing how much they enjoy it brings you joy in return. So I think a lot of women settle for that as their pleasure in sex. Now, long term, I don't think that's sustainable. And that's why you end up with couples who have the decline in sex dramatically after marriage. Because now that we have the commitment, now that we have these agreements in place, then I no longer feel like I have to do duty sex that I never really liked to begin with. I think sometimes men think like, oh, why all of a sudden did it stop? Did you stop liking it? It's like, I actually never did. But now that I'm in a place where I don't feel like I have to do it anymore, I don't feel incentivized. One of the most controversial things I've ever said before in a podcast was somebody asked, how often should a couple be having sex a month? And then I said, however many times as the person who wants it the least. And many people were like, what? No, because what if one person wants it twice a week, one person wants it 20? It's like, yeah, then you have it twice. And you figure out what that person would require to want it 18 more times. Like what's not happening for them, what's not occurring, what's not present, versus us just saying there's a standard that we have to meet that has nothing to do with the bodies involved.
Wow, that's actually really deep.
You threw me. I had a question, and man, that was so good.
If you guys ever get a chance to get Kadeen and Deval on your podcast, Kadeen and Deval, they're a married couple.
Oh, I know exactly who they are. I love them. Yeah, they're so cute. I love them so much. Their marriage, their story. Yeah.
What percentage? I got one question. So, you're married, right?
I am married.
For
7 years.
A long time.
7 years.
That's pretty good.
Thank you.
Damn. What percentage of sex is the most important in the how do you hold the percentage
of sex
in the relationship? Is it the end all be all?
It's important.
Is it the most important?
I think that's
what percentage would you give it?
Oh, I mean, it's determinant on the couples because you can genuinely get a couple of people whom it's not that important to them, and that's a compatibility thing. You can get people who are asexual who end up married and are extremely happy with none to very little sex. For me, it's probably like what percentage of importance? It's like 90. It's really high. I mean, it's what I talk about for a living. I'm fascinated in it. I got into the work. I got into talking about sex the same way.
So he could be just a bullshit 10% nigga, but the 90 to sex cracking, he on.
Yeah, I mean, we started off as fuck buddies.
I know. Yeah.
So like that was like the foundational.
I think
like
all relationships start like that.
They don't, but
yeah,
I think 90%.
No, not at all.
No. Maybe 1 in 6. I think actually it's a dice roll.
1 in 6 start off as sex partners.
According to studies, 1 in 6 friends with benefits.
Where are you going door to door saying, how did y'all?
There's a book that I really, really love that's called Why Men Behave Badly, which talks about
I've read that book.
Yes, and so it's a researcher, David Buss, who that's a statistic that he has shared before. So it's not obviously universal, but it's a pretty decent one to say 1 in 6 friends with benefits actually end up being something more substantial.
You know, none of my relationships started as friends with benefits, so I'm not a part of that statistic. I never had that experience, which maybe
according to Paul, it's
all of us.
All of them.
Like, I think all
How did you and your wife start out?
I wouldn't say it was friends with benefits, but I think I kind of agree with Paul that like
you start off probably having intimate, but not together.
but not committed.
Y'all get together and then y'all start?
Well, you're saying that like sex is a difference between friends with benefits essentially means
all
that
relationships are built on sex.
No, they're not.
100%. You know why?
That takes it a little bit too far.
Okay, so let me explain.
You lost your co-pilot.
No, I'm gonna explain. If all relationships are not built on sex, how come when I go outside the relationship to get sex is over?
Because that's not just sex. That's built on distrust, lying, cheating, breaking a commitment that
I could be truthful about everything else in the world. I could be the protector. I could be truthful about everything else in the world. Like I'll dive in front of a bullet for you because I went out of here and had sex with a girl who I didn't like. It's over.
You didn't like her.
I didn't like her. It was just like, man, we got buzzed. It was a vibe. We was mad at each other about relationship, and it went down. But I'm off her. But you found out about it.
Well, yeah, because it's a damage to like multiple parts of the relationship.
But
The social
that's-
reputation of your partner, potentially having kids outside of the relationship, which could take away from the resources of your partner and of children if you guys have children together. Bringing in health risks to the relationship.
Come on.
And then above all else, it does go back to trust. And trust is just time plus consistency. So whatever trust you have built up becomes damaged at that point. And then, of course, to the point that we just live in a society that places so much emphasis on that being the marker of what makes a good relationship. I don't subscribe to that, but I'm also in a relationship where we both don't subscribe to that. But if you are in one that does, those are part of the rules that you signed up for. So you have to be available to play for them. And if you can't, then you will suffer the consequences.
So sex is a big part of every relationship, like I said.
But what if, again, you have two asexual couples or two people who deprioritize sex or consider themselves to be aromantic, or people in general who just don't need sex that much, who get together, who got together. About 70% of relationships that weren't formed through dating apps start off as platonic friends first. So that's a higher stat than ones that start off as fucking friends first. So friends that are just like, we were just hanging out, and next thing you know, one day I looked at them and I was like, I think that there's something here
That's
between
why
us.
men and women cannot be friends.
Right. Well, yeah.
That goes to my point, and I keep proving it every day as the days go on.
Men and women can be friends.
No, they can't. Unless a man is not sexually attracted or attracted to the woman, or the woman has completely friend zoned
That's
that
like
man.
so. That's
It's
so,
not. It's definitely not. But
My
anyways,
best friend, wife, I'm friends with her.
we're not talking about your friends' wives.
Well, statistically, it's less risky to have a side chick than it is to have a close female platonic friend. You're more
Wait, that
likely
went over my head
to
real
form.
quick.
You're more likely to form a serious, intimate relationship with the person that you have a friendship with than you are with the person that you just go to for sex and have a very clear relationship where it's just physical.
That's a statistic.
I mean, most relationships is physical.
Exactly, my point. So anyways, moving
it
on.
is because, like, when you see, think about this. When you see these athletes, entertainers, and people in the industry that they busted with the bad one, like, come on. They come on. She only with him for the bread, and he with her because she bad and I want to have sex with her all the time. And then, like, no substance to that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of them. I go to the gym, I be seeing, like, dog, y'all don't even look right together. Because if you didn't have no bread, or you wouldn't be with him. You know, so it's just like money and sex based, a lot of relationships is, 100%.
I like that we've gone from all to a lot. We can subscribe to many, a
yeah,
lot.
but not all.
Yeah, and I agree with what you just said.
A lot.
lot.
I can
I'm
go
saying
for a lot.
We can
not
go for a
all,
lot.
but like
Yeah.
when I say all, I'm just saying the majority.
Okay. So now let's move on and let's get
I mean, man, we kind of like, truth is truth. Truth sound like hate when everybody hate the truth.
No. I'm not mad at what you said. I hear you.
At the end of the day, we're all here
Yeah.
because two people fucked. It's a big part of life. It's
Yeah.
a big motivator for why we chose the car that we chose, why we have the job that we have, why we wear what we wear. So it is an intrinsic part. I mean, we owe our survival to sex. So yes, it is a very big part of the human experience. I just
sure.
don't
So
think that it's the only part for all people. And that's a privilege that we've gotten over time. You know, as we don't really require people to have sex to sustain our population because we're good, people can decide whether or not they actually want to opt into this idea that sex has to be the most important thing, because it actually doesn't. And if you find somebody else who also agrees with that and you guys fall in love, that's a beautiful thing.
I will say that I think sex is super important, like to me in a relationship, because it creates like my partner being inside of me physically is the closest you can be to me. And I just love that. Like, you know, like I be inside of me and I want that like closeness to my partner.
Tongue in the mouth.
Tongue in the mouth too, but it's just a
Difference is
little.
different. Tongue kissing before sex, that's the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
but
the cleanest.
but having your whole,
Saliva?
you get what I'm saying. The point is
That's crazy. Like kissing is the closest you can be to somebody too. Lips, face. Like, come on, that's something.
I never
That
said
has
it
to
was
count for
nothing
something.
though.
So don't just put it all on just penis and vagina. It's Mouth to mouth is a thing too.
I agree
That's
with
like,
you.
damn, that should be looked at like the same as sex. Yes or no?
No, you don't have
Why
a
not?
vagina. You're not
Well,
getting entered.
you can catch
so
the
you
same
can't
things from the mouth to
understand.
mouth than you can from the penis to vagina.
You
Yes,
can't
you
make
can.
a baby. That's a key difference, Paul. Can't make a
Big
baby.
one.
No, you can't make it. You're right about that.
I'm
You're
so
right about
happy.
that.
She's here because wow.
Definitely
Yeah.
right about that. But that's
You
can be
can't
close
kick
to
a
it. You can
baby.
close.
So that's the closest you can be to me is inside of me and that intimacy of having that
Let me
closeness.
ask you this though. And I'm asking you this and you this too.
Okay.
Have you ever kissed a man and became close to,
Coming?
from kissing?
No.
Not close? Like
I love a makeout. I love
like
a
not
makeout.
even like wet?
Of course.
Of course,
Of
wet.
course.
Yes,
Of course,
very
aroused.
wet.
You can make out for so long that when the person actually does get to what gets you off, it's very quick.
Yeah.
Like it can take 3 seconds.
So
but I
intimacy
still
is
require.
what we talk about.
Yeah.
Intimacy is important for that.
Have you orgasmed before from a makeout?
No.
I don't
No,
know.
that-
Yeah.
no.
It's been pretty close though.
No. No, I'm not even
What was that
close.
whole speech then before?
No, because
just
it's
wants
different
to
for a man. It's different for men. Like
'Cause you know how
it's
it is for a
process
woman,
us.
though.
It's a because like
And do you know the process that it is for a woman, or are you just
no,
making
I
that up
don't
because
know
you've
the
never been in a
because
woman's
y'all,
body?
you could kiss a female and then juices start flowing. Like when you kiss a man, his thing gotta start wake up. Hey, wake up.
Blood starts flowing.
Blood start flowing, and then after that, it's gotta be some tingle going on. Like it's a lot. Like without no friction, it's nothing.
I mean, I've kissed men and they're definitely hard.
Yeah, but
So
without
that's the
friction,
equivalent to being wet as
we
a
need
woman.
friction to get there, just like y'all.
Yeah. All
Yeah,
bodies do
yeah.
get hard and wet though. It's a good
Yeah,
important
so
note. You know,
yeah.
men get pre-cum and women also do
Yeah.
get engorgement because again, the clitoris.
The clitoris gets big, right?
Yeah,
Swollen,
and majority of
yeah.
it is on the inside, so that
Yeah.
it does get erect because it is made of the same tissue as the body of the penis, which is not the
Yeah.
word. What's the word I'm looking for? Not body, the shaft.
Definitely. I've looked at a man that I was with or in love with, and I've gotten wet without any touch. Like just the thought being
That's
around.
arousal. Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
super wet, all of that. Like, oh my God, just turned on.
But I reserve the right for you to be right, though. I think at the end of the day, I can orgasm in my sleep.
That's
So
what I'm
I
saying.
know that the potential is there. I just haven't been able to
You've
tap.
orgasmed in your sleep.
Yeah, that's the
multiple-
same as like
very
a
normal.
guy wet dream.
Yeah, guy wet dream.
I
Very normal.
felt very turned on in my sleep, like sex dreams. I actually just had one, but I was
I've
wet.
woken up from an orgasm
But-
many times.
Wow.
Like I wake up and I'll feel the contractions happen. So especially during pregnancy,
Wow.
which statistically you will get more wet dreams when you're pregnant. I experienced a lot. So I know that you can orgasm from a kiss or from a shoulder rub or from deep breathing. All of those things are possible. And also too, like with your PC muscles, there are people who can just do that where you release and then, your Kegel. And by doing
Yeah.
that enough times rapidly, depending on if you're very turned on, you might be able to orgasm from that. Even doing that,
I've almost orgasmed from that.
I'm getting excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've almost orgasmed from that. I could see that.
So, all right, coach. I'm gonna start calling you coach or educator. Same thing,
It rolls off the
same
tongue.
thing. Yeah. So we have this box of sex toys right here. You've been in a relationship, married for 7,
Yes.
Together for 10.
10. Is this important in the relationship? How did this get into the relationship?
How do you incorporate?
Like, how did you incorporate
Yes.
this?
Well, in my particular case, it's what I do for a living. So I actually am CIO of this company called Aria, and their mantra is essentially to make breaking the routine the new routine. So what happens in long-term relationships you go through the phase of passion where you have all these neurochemicals, which are just making it, which I call the roller coaster. You don't have to do much, right? Sexual excitement is there, desire is there, arousal is there. That's when we come up with the term on site. And then essentially though, if that lasted for a long period of time, it would in essence actually shorten your life expectancy because it's damaging to your tissue. It causes these adrenaline spikes. It causes loss of sleep, loss of appetite, mood swings. So you actually have to transition from that passionate love to what's called companionate love. And that's where real bonding actually takes place. Some people theorize that love doesn't begin until it turns from passionate to genuinely companionate. But that's when you come off of the roller coaster and now you are in a car that you have to get in together, decide where you're gonna go, gas it up, and then be on that journey. So this is where I think toys can really be helpful to bringing that novelty back. Like you have to introduce the brain to new things, which give you that spike once again that you first got just from seeing that person naked. Because if you see somebody naked a million times, that's not gonna be a thing anymore that's gonna get you going. I mean, it can on occasions, but that's why I think what Arya does is essentially it just provides you with a novel experience once a month you can try just to get out of whatever your rut and routine is. So I actually don't even know what's really in this box. But before I introduce it, I just wanted to hand it over to you for you to slide and play with. But I want to frame it like this. I used to be of the belief that sex was about pleasure and that good sex was about pleasure. And through a lot of conversations with people, I realized that the true goal of sex is freedom. Like genuine freedom. It's a place that you go where you can bring all of you, all of your fears, all of your traumas, every smell your body can make, every sound your body can make, every expression. And in order for it to be a genuine space of freedom, you have to establish different kinds of freedom. And this box really represents the freedom to, which we all kind of know, right? Freedom to love who you want to love how you want to love, to explore your kinks, let your freak flag fly. But in order to really get to freedom to, what you require is freedom from. And freedom from, which is very difficult, I would say mostly for men, is freedom from all of the scripts and ideals that tell you this is how you're supposed to have sex.
Yeah.
Because you can't be free if you are trying to mimic the porn that you just saw. If you are trying to please the dad who told you that, like, well, a man's job is this in the bedroom. If you're trying to live up to the standard that you saw your favorite action star do. Or if you're trying to maintain your heterosexuality, your masculinity, you have to be able to let that go to play and explore. And for women, the freedom to not be perfect, the freedom from even feminism. I required that, because there were so many things that I'm like, oh, I can't be called a slut in the bedroom, or I can't do this, or I can't participate in that kind of act because, that's sexist. But even for me being like, well, wait a second, if I'm basing all of my sexual desires on what other women told me I'm supposed to like, that's a form of repression too.
That's real, because I think I went through that, like feeling taboo of like, I like to be controlled, or like someone telling me what to do. Like, I love that.
Love that?
Yeah. And so I feel like for me, it's like, you're like nervous about that because you're like, is that weird? Like, why do I want to be controlled? Or like, yes, like do this and like, is that strange? But it's just like feeling okay to be free. And when you said that, that like feels so right. Like being able to just be like, wow, because it's a lot of the mental that stops you.
Walk us through what's happening, Paul.
Yeah,
No,
that's not anything that I said. I don't even like any of that. That you
don't
said.
even know what I did.
Yeah, I do. You
I was clapping it up.
And you were slapping
No, I was
someone.
clapping it up.
No, I'm talking more of like a, no, you love to do, what is that?
I think that was him between the butt cheeks.
What that mean?
Wasn't that you between the butt?
No. It wasn't.
It could have been, baby.
But I think it's more of like, when I say control, tell what to do, it's like how you said, like someone, like how you were just saying, like you like someone to say, do this or call you. Like all those things are like, you feel like you're wrong for wanting certain things as a woman.
So you like to be dominated?
I think I do at some point, but it's not necessarily like an aggressive, violent domination. I think there's intimacy where you can be dominant, but in a sensual way.
Yeah. Not
like in a sensual,
like smacked. And I'm not even talking about that. Just like, you grabbed, like real firm, but like in a finesse type of way, but still like manly.
Yeah, I think it's like a diffuse, but I still like sensuality a lot in the bedroom too. Like where we can be sensual and like kissing. I love to kiss and like that romance aspect of it. But like, you can add different things. I'm one of those people in the bedroom where I'm like, you could do anything to me. If it's my person that I'm with and I love, and I like when my man takes advantage of that. Like, you could do whatever. Like, I'm open for whatever you like, and that's just how I am. But I think being able to come to that with a level of freedom where you're not in your head is what makes you able to get to that point. Like,
has a man ever said you can do whatever to me?
no. A man has never.
Would that be weird?
No, I don't think it would be
You
weird.
can do whatever. You can do whatever.
That has to be
me.
a huge turn on.
Yeah, that's not that weird. Yeah, I don't think that's weird.
Like, if a man, I'm thinking if a man say that to a woman, I'm like, oh, hold on, he on some weird shit. I'm thinking like,
Some shit that you probably not into, but you're thinking
hey,
like,
baby, like, yes, you're turning me on, so you can do whatever to me.
Well, not with that tone, Paul.
yeah,
what
like
I'm
that.
saying,
Why
that'll
did
be
you
weird.
can do whatever to me.
Baby, it'd be them nice, y'all buzz. Hey, baby, you can, well, you just, like, I don't know what that whatever. What can a man say? What is that whatever? That's weird.
Maybe like
I'm
to
down
me,
for whatever.
I go
I'm
straight
down
to
for
like
whatever.
ass play for sure. Like when someone says I'm down for it, because that's usually what a man is limited on.
But that's also, again, like that's the strangeness of that is that you're exploring your own body, which is autosexual, somehow makes you homosexual. Or it's a very strange concept. And then again, going back to what we talked about off the top, in terms of nerve endings and pleasure potential, you will receive just as much pleasure from prostate play, either through gooch stimulation or through direct stimulation, as the average woman will receive from penetration of their vagina.
You need to grow up.
So if it's a huge, don't get me wrong, like a lot of women can experience pleasure from their orgasm, from their clitoris alone, but clitoral plus is always going to provide something else. Clitoral plus A, clitoral plus G. So it's your body. I mean, if you don't feel comfortable exploring that, because again, there's some scripts that have been taught to you about what you do with your body and how that relates to how you present yourself in the world, and you can't get past that, that's for you to carry. And that's your body, your choice. But I'm just saying, I'm pointing out it's a little ironic.
I'm just saying, like, you talk about that prostate boy, that's an exit sign for me.
What about the gooch?
No, I don't know what that is.
That's the strip that's between the anus and the balls.
We can work with that. we can work with that.
I'm crying.
Yeah, we can work with that. That's a sensitive mark.
No, it's cool.
Good.
That's a cool little
But
situation.
like that other situation, I just know how good it feel when that exit, that relief. There ain't no entering that.
But what about anal beads that also mimic that? So you put the beads in, and then once you
The
orgasm,
exit only.
but that's the point. You pull the beads out
Exit
as you're
only.
orgasming, so you get the release, the feeling of what you like,
Coach.
addition to the other feeling you like.
Coach.
I'm just saying that when I'm passing over this box, these are all things to explore because, and the last freedom I want to share, so it's freedom to, freedom from, and then freedom not to. That's a huge point. Your no's are integral to good yeses. So your ability to say no to sex because you're not in the mood, not in the right space, not the right time, that's what actually supports amazing sex. And your ability to say no to certain things that are not part of your wheelhouse or your comfort zone is also very important to your yeses. So I respect your no's right now. I'm giving you other options just to consider, but that doesn't mean you have to like it.
Let's dive into this box.
Okay.
I'm so excited that you brought this box.
Let's see what's good and what's not that I'm going to work with. Now, me as a man,
Stay in the mic. Yeah.
I want to check this out because these looking like
Ooh.
some situations that I can work with.
Okay.
Now, all right, so now, right here, let's start off. We got, what is this?
It's
This
a
is-
paddle like to hit something.
Oh, yeah, I can work
Right?
with this. I can work with this. Me, light taps, like some dudes get too aggressive.
Yeah, I can't do it.
Well, that's
too
what the red
aggressive.
paddle is for, right? There's a graduating system that you can go on, right? So you can get something more that looks more like a ping pong table paddle.
Like right here, look.
Yeah.
You know what, Coach? You giving me 50 Shades of Grey. You giving me 50
But
Shades.
that's why it has to be 50 shades.
You giving me
Because
50
you got to
Shades of
find the
Grey.
tone that's right for
You
you.
like that, huh?
You got to find the
You got a
tone.
room like that?
No, I'm actually not very much like pleasure pain. I like it to a degree. Like I love rope, like shibari.
You like
that
ropes?
I love ropes. That's my
That turn
thing.
you on?
Yeah, and I
Tied
love
up?
I love tying. I love tying, and I like to be tied as well. But I love tying.
You like tying?
I
and
really
then-
do.
Oh, that's dope. That's
Yeah.
kind of dope. Like with your partner, she tie you up. Like you like, all right, I'm gonna just relax, and you gonna do you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's lit. That's
Yeah.
lit. That's lit.
Yeah, I like the tie up
That's
thing.
lit.
I
Yeah.
think the tie
That's
up.
lit.
And you
That's
know what
lit.
else is cool?
That's
Is a
lit.
tie up.
I'm with that. I'm with that.
Tie up plus blindfolds, because it's like heightens your other senses. So you're like, ooh, you
I'm
can
gonna be
feel
scared.
everything.
I'm gonna be scared. She gonna kill me or something. You blindfold me.
What the hell is this?
Oh, we can take that out actually. That's probably a good one to. I know it's not always
open
attractive
that.
to take things out on camera, but
Yeah, we can take this.
This is super. I have no idea. I can't even begin to imagine what
Let me
this
tell
is.
you what this is. Expert. All right, I'm looking at it. It got the Chinese. Oh, you roll this on your partner like back and stuff.
yes.
You do?
Yeah. It could be really light pressure.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, if you do this, it's one sensation, but if you do this and that at the same time, it provides something new. So sex can be,
Wow.
Back to make you like kind of tingle. And,
yeah.
Okay,
You could be
look
doing
at the
reverse
expert.
cowgirl, put that on your partner's feet while they orgasm.
Yeah,
Like,
on the
it would just
feet,
create a
Oh,
new wave of
wow.
That just feel good on the back. So I'm gonna open this up so y'all can see, because we're gonna come out with some after dark products soon to get y'all cracking, to get y'all sex lives back on track. You know what I'm saying? So this is one of those that I've not used, but I'm knowledgeable of.
I'm crying. Wow.
So yeah, you could just rub this. It feels kind of good too. Like
Get the microphone.
turn around.
Oh. Okay, stop.
Get that little tingle going. Hey, look, get that little tingle going. Like, ooh, like, damn.
No, I like this. This is cracking. I need to get one of these. Okay.
Man, yeah, you can rub that.
Yeah.
It can
I
be
see
like,
how this is a turn on for sure. This is crazy. I would have
and then tie your partner up and then come out with that, right? Because you could be mean or you could be nice with that. I love toys that provide that as an option.
Yeah, I like to be nice. This is dope though. I love this. Okay. This is cracking. People need to use this more. What else is in here?
All right,
Let's
that's
see.
That paddle. What's that paddle doing?
This right here?
That look like that.
She
that-
explained it.
that
This is
pickleball.
this is to what? Like slap them, right?
Yeah,
Slap him or her.
Either whoever
one.
I guess you want to
either
slap.
one.
I ain't gonna let you smack my ass with that. I'm not turning around.
Right.
You like turn around. Bow. I'm like, oh no, I ain't going.
Well, who do you think go to dominatrixes the most? Right? Who do you think subscribes to going to a sex setting where they're tied up, where they have to call the woman mistress, where they have to behave properly, they're put in cages? It's predominantly men. So
You know, my homegirl used to work in LA in a
Not
sex
black
dungeon.
Men, not black men. Not black men. Other races.
if that makes you feel better.
No, for sure. That's other races. Black men, we kings. We ain't about to be paddled up in the ass, laying. No, we kings. No, that's true. That's a fact. That's a fact. We can look it up. Call AI, Chat GPT. Let's look it up.
AI. Okay, so what is this? Cock and ball ring.
Oh yeah.
You need to grow up. There's something wrong. You've used this before?
No, I ain't never used it, but I know about it.
So what
I
is
know
this
about
supposed to
stuff.
do?
I'm older. I'm an older guy. I know
So
about
this is
stuff.
like you. What is the point of it though?
Put
Like,
that
is
on
it
the
just
D.
like
You
a?
put that on the D.
Okay.
It's gonna
Handball.
It's a cock and ball ring.
and squeeze them and then make them tighter and more blood flow,
Mm-hmm.
and then it can bounce against the, the thing. make
You
it
know
more-
a lot about this, sir. So
can't
have you
I-
used this? Yes or
I
no?
ain't never used it. I
That's
can
a
know
really
about
great
stuff.
toy for well-endowed people as well, because it takes away a couple of inches, so they can give a full thrust without hurting their partner.
Oh, wow.
So, and also a lot of men enjoy their balls being pulled away, like pulling the balls down. So that also does that function too. And it can help to delay orgasm and then sustain a longer erection because you get more blood flow.
I'm knowledgeable of this stuff. I ain't used it, but I'm knowledgeable.
I'm sick of him. What else is in here? Okay, a collar and leash situation. So what is this? You're getting the collar on, you're walking somebody in a leash?
What's that? Man, it's called The Pivot, the podcast.
Yeah, with
And
Ryan Clark.
What's the light-skinned guy's name on The Pivot?
With the dreads.
Yes. What's Channing? Yes.
Channing Crowder. Yeah, I know
He talked
Ryan.
about that, how one of the main things in his relationship is he pretends to be a cat. So like,
Wait, what?
that to keep
Really?
things interesting in his marriage, right? Like they do role play, and he was talking about one of the role plays of like him being like the cat who's left on the porch, and then like that. Please pull that clip up if I'm making that up, but those like the leash play, the
City Boys Down 1,000. That's crazy, bro.
I mean,
I don't know Ryan. His name is Ryan. Yeah, I know you're talking
No,
about.
not Ryan Clark. He's
No,
just
not
talking about
Ryan.
the
I know
other Ryan.
Ryan.
I know Ryan.
The
Yeah.
other dude on the page. But listen, if that's what he's saying, I need to holler at my guy. He a little younger than me, so we're going to have to chop it up.
Ooh, what is this right here? I'm liking this. It says your clit plus orgasm therapy equals clitherapy. Liquid vibrator? I might need to get by. Are you selling this?
I don't know. You know what? You
could
could take that one and tell me how it works. I mean, there's a lot of different gels out there that claim to like bring more blood to the area.
I've heard of that.
Yeah.
I've tried one of those gels one
Yeah,
time.
so it sounds like it's something like that. But a lot of these as well too. So like with Arya, for example, they give you scenes. So you'll get 4 items per box. And it's more like to create an overall moment. So like you might decide that one night is about worship. One night is
Worship,
about
I like that.
like
I like that too.
performing. So there's one of the scenes we did recently that was called Pose. And other scenes, like I gave a box to this couple who just had a baby and they were like, I do not want this box right now. I'm like, trust me, this is gonna be a good one for you. It was massage stones and then a hand roller. And then in addition, it was like a hot wax candle that they could put on. So
I saw the candle right here. I'm into this. Look at this drip candle. So it's like, what are you doing? You're dripping this all over the body.
there you go.
I like that.
Damn, you keeping it interesting.
I
Right?
like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
And this is like, so you 10 years in, and it just, does it feel new still? Does it? How
Yes. Yeah. I just actually had a brand new orgasm a few days ago.
what's a brand new
like one that was like,
orgasm?
oh, this was different.
Really?
Like this one was different. But yeah, you get
Was
to
you drinking?
no.
You was high?
Although, no, you know what? I'm actually not much of a partaker, but I do have a community of people and online, and in it, somebody was like, man, like I've been having these orgasms where I'm seeing colors I've never seen before. And I was like, what are you guys doing? Like, what's the blueprint here?
That was
and
on mushrooms.
it was a strain of weed. So that
That's
could also be a
crazy.
part of it. I mean, at the end of the day, again, when we think of it as a freedom framework, an opportunity to explore our humanity, explore the potential of our bodies, explore the potential of the spiritual side, if you're into that, then you can go a million different places with it. So whenever a couple tells me that sex has gotten routine and boring, that almost feels like the most solvable problem on the planet. Because as humans, like I love what you said, Azara, of how sometimes like you may want the more sensual approach and sometimes you may want the more dominant approach, but that also speaks to who you are as a woman. You don't show up in the world every day the exact same way. Like you're multidimensional, multifaceted, but the world still has a lot of restrictions on how you can behave. Like sex gets to be like that in terms of having those dimensions, but it also should be a place of like pure freedom and exploration.
Yeah, like one day I'm a slut, the next day I'm your, like it just, all the different things can be played out in sex, you know? And I feel like that's where you should be the
You
most
could
free.
put on a blonde wig one day, right? You could put on a
blonde
strap
wig.
the next day. Like there's many different ways that you can express.
We ain't going.
You can't say no on her behalf. She could put on a strap if she wants to put on a strap. You may not. Want to see
I don't
it.
think
For her
that I would
partner?
ever want to put on a strap because it makes me, I feel like I like to be more submissive in the bedroom and like I don't like the idea of being dominant.
Wow. Damn.
I don't know why I've never
But
been that.
let's say Paul, for example, as said that he likes rope, right?
Yeah.
So, or the idea of being tied up. Tying up somebody puts you
is
in a
more
dominant
Now I
position.
would do that.
So,
yeah,
again,
you're
50
right.
Shades of Grey.
Yeah, you're right. I would do
There's
that.
degrees there.
Yeah, there is degrees. So I would get into that. I think that it's just about exploring and trying different things and seeing what it is you like because you may not know that you like something and
Or
you
don't
try-
like it.
or you don't like it.
What would you say to couples whose sex life is dead, who are looking to rediscover? And I know we went over a lot of things. Like, what's the first step in just how do we get the spark back?
I think it starts with, I've really been missing getting to know you. Like that question. I want to get to know you again. So starting from scratch with your partner, what do you like now? What do you not like? What's been bothering you? They talk about there's 5 levels of communication that range from routine, facts, opinions, feelings, and level 5 is like someone's inner world, which is kind of a mess, right? Like if I go inside of your thoughts right now, they're filled with a bunch of contrasts and hypocrisies and question marks. And a lot of people in long-term relationships stop going to that place with their partner where things aren't clean and perfect. So you have to kind of want to get back to level 5 with somebody, but you have to build up the trust to get there. And that takes a lot of humility to admit that you know somebody for a really long time and you might not really know them anymore.
That's hard. Yeah.
I remember maybe like a year ago, I said to my husband, I was like, I want to give you head tonight. Like it's the first time, like we've never done this before. And I want you to teach me like you're teaching a masterclass, like step by step. And it was so crazy because in the end, I was like, I don't do any of those things in my routine.
Ooh.
Like, how long has it been that I've been doing things a little
And
to
he
the
was
left?
putting up with it.
Yeah, I mean, it works. You get to the same end function, but like if he re-taught me and guided me, because his body's changed, you know, his sensations has changed, his taste has changed, like what turns him on has changed.
That. And that could be sexy too. Like that's a turn
That's
on, like
sexy as
telling me
hell.
what to do, when to do it. That's a turn on.
Yeah,
That's,
if you're open to it.
Well,
Like,
if you're open for whoever likes that. But still, that's good. And like you said, I think a lot of people, the ego is involved. So you're like, I don't want to ask those questions because I feel like I should know what I'm doing or I already know what I'm doing. But it's like, no. And I think that even works for a new partner. Like, teach me what you like because everyone is different.
and it goes against what most people want in a partner in the beginning. Most people, which I tell people all the time, stop wishing for genies and mind readers. I want someone who just knows what I like. I want somebody who just understands me. I want somebody who just intuitively knows how I'm feeling. Sometimes you're not going to know how you feel. So having somebody who makes assumptions when you haven't figured things out is not necessarily the best formula for growth. And maybe they can guess it right a few of the times, but things are going to change. So you want somebody who's humble and asks questions and is curious and is open and is down to explore, down to challenge their own humanity, down to say no, like who was clear about their boundaries and could revisit them later. There's been many things in my relationship that my partner has turned down or I have turned down that we have circled back on months later. That's also a big part. When we first got together, we were having just all kinds of new sex all the time. And then he stopped me one day. He was like, hey man, life is long. Like we don't have to do everything right now. And I was
Yeah.
like, cool. I'm glad you said that because I felt the pressure.
Okay. You said new sex.
Well, like new toys, new experiences, new heights, like
Does that
public
involve-
sex,
does that-
voyeurism,
does that-
exhibitionism. Like
I just
Does
learned
that
what
involve-
tying up.
Does that involve other people?
we've never had other people, but life is long. So we will, like a long running fantasy of mine, long running has been to have sex with another couple that I think is really hot in the same room while we're having sex. Like that is something that I like. I hope that happens before the year's end is out. But yeah, life is long. And I definitely want, as my humanity makes space for it and as my boundaries are respected and my comfort levels respected, yeah, I want to try all kinds of things.
Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting. I just learned what a voyager is. I didn't know what that was for a very long time. Can you explain it? Because I don't want to get it wrong.
Well, a voyeur is somebody who likes to watch other people have sex. Yeah.
Voyeur. Okay, yeah.
But we should all be voyagers, though.
Yeah, right.
We should all be on this journey, so you weren't wrong.
Yeah.
Everybody's a voyager. If you watch porn, you're a voyager.
No, but like but also too, like in person, like like I want to look at this person, like that's gonna turn me on. Like let's go watch someone else have sex. Like let's go, and I don't even have to like touch them. No, that's not. Everyone doesn't like that though.
But I'm saying, where you gonna get on your phone like, at 10 o'clock we can go over here and watch these two?
No, there's sex clubs and different things that people have. Like there's sex clubs in LA. There's sex clubs everywhere. There's also
there's a bunch of weird people in that though. I bet it's a bunch of just off-brand people.
I've heard both. I've never been invited to a cool sex club before.
I'm not going to no.
Have you heard of that
club.
one that's in LA? It starts with an S or something. It's like very what?
You been there?
No, I never been to a sex club, but they're saying that it's like rich, famous like people, and you have to pay, and you can only get invited. And it's a whole documentary on it.
Oh yeah, my friend got invited to one by a celebrity, and she was like, everybody in there was like a 9 and up, and so I was like, can I come with you next time? She's like, that's not how it works. So I have to assume I'm not a 9, but those would be great. But yes, most sex clubs are just full of people who have let go of societal expectations and are just ready to like live and be free.
Weird.
And
I'm not going to that shit. It's weird.
Yeah, they're the people who you see on HBO Real
Sex. It's gonna be awkward. I'm
right.
Like, damn, that's blowing me.
I think it's out of curiosity that I would like to just see like what's going on here. Like
turn to the left, turn to the right. Like what? Like no, I'm good. Let's get out of here, babe.
I'm crying. So if there's one thing that you can say that you would implement, there was so much that I wanted to talk to you about because I know you've talked about love bombing and all these things that I wanted to get into, but we just don't have the time. But if there's one thing that you would say change your sex life, like for the better, like what would it be? Like what was one thing you would want, like you would tell someone to implement or to try that you just feel like is a must?
See, y'all be trying to have man turn. Nope, we ain't gonna do it.
I think a general tip was that line that you gave off the beginning, which I wish I could quote it now. Like
he said that sometimes you have to tell me the hard truths so I can make it better.
Wow.
Yeah.
Marry that woman. Great listening. Yes. Yeah. Great listening.
I would have told you that. I knew what I know.
But you were silent though. You didn't chime in.
I would let y'all go.
Yeah. That was great. That was really great. Yeah, I think that line is such a beautiful line. I really want to know the hard truths. I want to know the new truths, right? Like introducing yourself to the person you've known for a really long time and not taking it personal that it's very different from what you thought.
Yeah, for sure.
I think that could save a lot of relationships. I really want to think about something recent that has really made a big difference in my sex life. And I feel like, I think role play has been really fun for us recently. I really enjoyed that. But it's not role playing. Like we've tried role playing like Amazon delivery person and
I love that.
I loved it. He was not into it as much, but
no, I'm gonna play the robber. Like I'm coming to
I
rob
love
your
that.
house. I'm gonna just cuff you down. Where the cheese at? There you go. We're gonna talk about some other thing.
Yeah, I think that.
I don't know how I feel about that one. I've been robbed at gunpoint in my home while I was sleeping. So I don't know if that would turn me on or if it wouldn't.
Well, it could be a healing reframe.
Yeah,
for
it
you.
might turn me on though.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I don't fucking know. I'm willing to try it. But what kind of role play are you talking about? Because I'm interested in hearing.
Well, even just like allowing yourself in your mind, like to be more submissive than I usually am. That's a role, right? Of me stepping into something or stepping away from how I usually show up into the world. The role of a sex worker, right? Like of providing that. The role of somebody who's much more dominant. The role of somebody who believes that like they have pussy power. There's
I bet put this outfit on and go out there and stand on the corner. I'm gonna pull up on you.
That's
pull up on you.
That would be hilarious.
I'm gonna pull up on you and be like, hey, get in.
Good. That'd be so fun.
Go out there and stand by the Staples. I'm gonna pull up on you. Hey, what you got on tonight?
That actually is fun. That's actually a good
such a great one. The longer the sex lasts And not just stimulation of the genitals, but the whole experience.
What you got going on tonight?
The
Jump on me.
preparation, the premeditation. We went and did this not experiment, but we went and played together where we did the kind of stereotypical, like we go out, I flirt with dudes, you flirt with girls.
I love that.
We find each other. So I was at a table flirting with these guys. And
Well, no,
he
I don't
came
love the
over.
flirting part because I'm going to kill everybody. But
I loved it. He pretended that he was like, do I recognize you from high school? And
I
then
love
he
that.
took me away. Then we had sex in the car, like all of that. Like
I
really
love
fun.
that.
But the sex started from, a week before where I said, I want to do this next weekend. It's like, I think, the longer sex can last.
I love the whole idea of like going out pretending you don't know somebody.
You
And
ain't
it's
put
like,
that one
hey.
down. You ain't put that one down. You like that, huh? Damn, she ain't put that term down. She like that. Damn.
I'm crying. Okay, wait. So this is my last question before we wrap up. What are your thoughts on tantric sex?
I think it's a beautiful practice for people who have a deep spiritual belief because at its core, Tantra is using your bodies as a form of prayer. And I've tried various forms of tantric sex. They haven't necessarily been shifting for me, but I also acknowledge I don't really have a strong belief system or a strong relationship with that idea. So that might be the missing piece for me. So I think if you do have that, it takes on different meaning, and then the breath work takes you to another headspace. And maybe there are some mushrooms and other things in there, but all in all, it's using your bodies as a form of prayer together. So I think it can be very beautiful.
Okay, I love that. Well, do you have any
this has
last
been
questions for the
amazing.
Coach Shan
No,
over
so
here?
like, I just want Coach to just, give her a spiel. This is Coach. If y'all want to get y'all sex game together, holler at her. Tell her
Yes, thank you.
she's an educator.
She
There's
is.
so many things. We could talk for hours, and I know we don't have the time tonight because, like, based on what you was talking about and some of the little sessions I watched, we gonna talk again. I promise you.
I'd like that.
Yeah.
And I'd love to give you
on
the rope as a gift.
the rope. Yeah, I'll take
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
That's so sweet.
Are you into art at all? Like, do you have any kind of arts and crafts hobbies?
Like, art is like defined art.
You get to define it for me. So I'm asking if there's anything that you do that's like a pastime. Well, I'm only just saying this because the rope tying is like an art in itself.
Yeah, I
and
know.
it's
I don't know nothing about that.
Yeah.
Like, I know about it, like, because I know my cousin always talk about, because the Boy Scouts, there's different type of knots and all that.
Yes.
But I don't know how to do all of that.
Yeah.
But I know what you're talking about. That's an art form in itself, because I've seen, like,
So what exactly are you doing?
there's like
with the
different
rope?
type of knots you can make. Like, I know
It
what
could
you're
be a
talking
new
about.
hobby, is all I'm saying. So I'm happy to
No, I
pass it
know
on
what
to
you're
you.
talking about,
But
I
yeah,
just
thank you
don't.
for the time. My website is loversbyshan.com. I have tons of free resources, including a quiz that's called Better Sex, which walks you through the different freedoms to tell you which one you should focus on next. So I invite people to take that. And I want to thank you guys for inviting me on and being so open and cool. It was a lovely conversation.
Do you have a book?
I do.
Yes,
yeah,
she
I have two
does.
books. I have one called Laid and one that's called The Game of Desire.
And where can we find those?
Wherever books are sold.
Amazon,
Yeah.
All that stuff.
Barnes and Noble. I just wanted to put that out there. That's
Thank
all.
you. I
Yeah,
appreciate
and your master class.
Yes, I have a class on
Yes.
Masterclass.
She has a master class.
Yes, I have a class on
That's all it
Masterclass. It's called The Art of Sex Appeal, but the first hour is just everything I know about sex packed into an hour. It's like one of the most incredible things I've gotten to do. The Masterclass team is obviously one of the most prestigious, high production, beautiful places. And to go there and talk about squirting was like such a dream come true. So hope you
Is
check that
squirt
out.
pee?
Highly.
Yeah.
Yeah. It comes out of the same space, comes out of the urethra,
Yeah.
but it's also fluid
Mixed
from the
in.
Skene's gland, fluid from the
Okay.
Bartholin gland. So it's not just pee. But
Can you squirt as a woman if you've never squirted? Is it possible to be like, I'm going to figure out how to squirt one day?
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
You just pee during sex.
Is that a good thing or no?
Crying. You pee during sex.
It's not pee, yo.
It's a lot of pee in there.
It depends. I mean, it's not supposed the amount that you get in order to get the like gush, the amount of fluid that like think about how much cum comes out during pre-cum, right? So like it's a pretty small amount.
You can't compare those.
So
two.
actual squirt, it does happen. It's just
I
may
get
not
it.
going to
I
be the
get what you're
volume that
saying,
you
that
see in porn.
There's a
Which I've
certain
spoken
amount
to
of pee,
porn
but that's
stars.
a different type of liquid.
Chug water. they'll chug bottles of water before they have to do a squirting scene. That's my
they're
last.
paying. But thank you so much.
Where can people find you?
She said it already.
social media
Oh, okay.
Or Instagram.
I'll go by One Wish. I'll say loversbyshan.com, my One Wish, because I think if I confuse people, then they'll never go anywhere.
And we'll add everything to the description. Her masterclass, her Lovers by Shan, her Instagram, all that stuff will be added in the description if you guys want to find her. I highly recommend checking her out because she's cracking.
If I'm rolling with.
All right, you guys. Thank you so much. Paul's getting into his sex toys.
Yeah, I'm rolling.
Anyways, thank you guys for joining Truth After Dark. We appreciate you. Thank you, Shan. He's too excited over here. What is this one? He's
You was just in that
We're out of here. Thank you guys. Thank you, Shan. This has been amazing. Thank you for all. I've learned a lot.
Definitely. Make sure you follow us Truth After Dark, YouTube, Patreon. I'm Paul Pierce. This is Azar Farideh.
This is Shan Boodram. Yeah.
Make sure you like, follow us, subscribe.
Yes.
We love y'all. We're going to keep bringing the heat.
And that's it. Thank you.
This is to taking over the game. All right, everybody. Welcome to Truth After Dark.
Do you think that men or women are more toxic?